Hi, how are you going? I hope you're feeling as well as possible on your medicines. I'm Pharmacist Fi. Welcome to my YouTube channel and to this episode of What Went Wrong? Mr. G thought the idea of taking medicines was embarrassing because his parents used to speak about people being unwell as if it was something to be ashamed of. So he only ever took a medicine if he was feeling extremely unwell. Thankfully, these days, most people realise that medical conditions are not something to be ashamed of. But Mr. G had not caught up with this modern way of thinking. So when his doctor advised him to take a medicine to reduce blood pressure, because Mr. G did not yet feel unwell from his high blood pressure, he did not take the medicine. Although, because he did not want to make the doctor unhappy, he did take the prescription and even got the medicine dispensed at his local pharmacy each month. When Mr. G went back to the doctor and his blood pressure was still high, the doctor gave him a prescription for a second blood pressure medicine, which Mr. G also got dispensed but did not take. The next time Mr. G visited his doctor, his blood pressure was still high and the doctor increased the dose of one of his 2 blood pressure medicines, which Mr. G still did not take and still did not tell the doctor he was not taking. When Mr. G started getting headaches, which the doctor had mentioned in passing was a possible symptom of high blood pressure for some people, one day Mr. G suddenly decided to take his blood pressure medicines. But instead of just starting on a low dose of one blood pressure medicine the way the doctor had originally intended, Mr. G took both blood pressure medicines, including the higher dose of one of them, and so once they were absorbed into his body, Mr. G felt terribly dizzy and lightheaded and had to lie down on the floor where he'd just been standing to prevent himself from fainting. He really felt like he might die. But thankfully, Mr. G's wife was there and called an ambulance straight away, so Mr. G was taken to hospital, where the doctors got his blood pressure to a safer level and monitored his heart, which had been beating faster than usual when his blood pressure was too low. Although Mr. G's experience was scary, worse things have happened to some people who accidentally took too much blood pressure medication. For example, some people have fainted and fallen over, painfully breaking bones like their hip, or even dying if they hit their head on something when they fall, or if they faint when they're driving and have a car accident, or if they already have a heart problem. Dropping blood pressure too low may cause some people to have a heart attack. So, how could Mr. G have possibly prevented this serious medicine problem from happening? Top tip number 1. If you ever feel uncomfortable about the idea of taking a medicine, tell your doctor as soon as possible and ask the doctor to please help you to weigh up the possible benefits and risks if you take that medicine versus the possible risks for your medical condition if you do not take the medicine. And if you still do not want to take the medicine after that information, tell the doctor straight away so they don't accidentally give you too much of that type of medicine. Top tip number 2. I will put a link into the description section below this video for you to a great set of questions created by the World Health Organization for you, which you are very welcome to ask your doctor about your health conditions and different treatment options available so that you can understand more, so then you can be more involved in decision making with your doctor about medicines. Not just listening, but telling the doctor how you feel about the options and making decisions together with your doctor, which may help to prevent medicine problems like what happened to Mr. G. Top tip number 3. Make sure you have a CMI for each medicine you take and keep your CMIs near your medicines so they're easy to find if you are ever in an emergency. Because if you ever think that you may have taken too much of a medicine, you or someone helping you can read your CMI for that medicine to find out what to do. I will put a link to my video about CMIs into the description section below this video for you, as well as up here. Please click the subscribe and like buttons if you would like to see more of these medicine safety videos. And Denver and I look forward to catching up with you again very soon here on this Pharmacist Fi Medicine Safety YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Bye.